sunshines! Welcome to Marisol's Magical Moments. I'm Marisol, and today we're going to talk about the Disney College Program. Those of you who don't know, I'm doing the Disney College Program this fall 2017, and I'm super excited about it. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about my application process. Okay, so let's get started. I went online, like I said, I put my application in, and I did this at like 12 p.m. and I remember I did this because I was so aggravated and I wanted change, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on their website. So I went on their website, looked it up, and I was like, that's it, I'm just applying. So I applied like late at night. I was just up for some reason, and then literally 2 minutes later, I'm not even joking, like 2 minutes later, I got an email saying, we want you for a web interview. And I was like, whoa, like what? Like, did they read my application that fast? Like, it was so crazy. So I got it and I got so excited and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get a web interview. I don't know what that means. So I looked it up and I watched one of these videos, see what it was. So I did it as soon as I woke up. I went on, I did it. And then after I finished, 2 minutes later again, it was like, you are invited for a phone interview. So I guess I passed the web interview. So I was gonna do this phone interview. I was gonna schedule the phone interview for the next day, but then I was like, maybe that's a little too much. Like I didn't even know what this was. So I was like, let me look up the questions, let me watch videos. So I was like, you guys, if you're watching this video, I watched every video about the phone interview. I watched the videos with people who are actually on the phone. I watched videos about tips and tricks. I just wanted to be so prepared. So I waited a week. I did my phone interview, and the lady, I completely forgot her name because I was so nervous. All I remember was someone told me to look in the mirror when I'm doing it, so I was looking in the mirror, I was like so hyper. That's another thing. All the recruiters are the happiest people on earth because they work for Disney, right? So no one's gonna be like giving you attitude. This time I didn't get accepted, and the lady made me feel like I was the best person ever. Like, she made me feel like, I'm picking you, you're the one. Her attitude and the way she talked to me. So when I got off the phone, I was so hyped. I was like, I got it. And then I didn't get it. So that waiting process was horrible. I applied for spring 2016, so that means I applied in the fall, and they said that the last day to hear back was November 18th. November 17th is when I heard back, and I had the phone interview, let's say, in September. So this was like a long time I was waiting. And I remember on the Facebook pages and everybody was like, I got accepted. And I would check my email like 20 times a day, like refresh, no. Please don't do that. Just check your email once a day. I mean, if you want to check your email for other stuff, but don't keep refreshing it, hoping Disney's, gonna do anything, because it's better when you look at your phone randomly and you see it and you're like, oh my God, it's so much better. That's later in the story. I'll get to it. So I didn't get it and I was really upset, and I was like, Disney doesn't want me, blah, blah, blah. Now let's talk about the second time I applied. Second time I applied, I got it because I'm going in the fall, but it was a little different. So I applied online again, and this time, I forgot to say, the last time I only picked 3 roles. Character performer, and I went to the audition and I didn't get it, and I'll make a video of my character audition experience. I picked, what else I picked? I picked attractions because I knew that like that was a popular role and I really wanted it, and I picked character attendant. So if you guys don't know this, character attendant and attractions is like really hard roles to get. Not because you have to, like, you're not good at it, it's just everybody, I don't want to say everybody because, some people really want merchandise, but a lot of people want those roles, and they only have a certain amount of slots for it. So if they're really picky on that, but they need more people for food, more people for merchandise. So I've been working in food service ever since high school. I worked in a bakery, I worked at Starbucks, so I really should have put food my first time, but I was being picky and I was like, no, I'm done with food. I've been doing food like since I was 16 years old. I'm now 21. I'm not gonna do food again. Guess what I'm doing? I'm doing food again. So I was really picky the first time, and I think that's why I didn't get it. I mean, that's my assumption. It could have been that I didn't do good on my interview. Who knows? But it makes me sleep better at night to think that the reason why I didn't get it is because I was picky. So this time I applied, I picked everything. I put housekeeping, I put food service, I put merchandise. I did put attractions and character attendant, but I didn't put no interest at all on any of them because I didn't want to be picky. I just wanted to be like, I'm open to everything, because at this point I was like, I just want to work for Disney. I'll do anything and I'll be happy with it. I'm going to be so humble and grateful if I just get it. So that's all I did, was I just put, I put all of them. So now after I put all of them, I applied, I don't know, in the afternoon. It wasn't late at night. And I didn't get an invitation for my web interview. So the first time I got it less than 5 minutes. So this time I was waiting and waiting. And I was getting nervous because I was like, oh my God, they probably saw that I just got rejected. So they probably threw my application out. That's what I kept saying to myself. It was bad. So I waited and I didn't get it until like 3 weeks later. I didn't even get a web interview, but that's because I found out that if you pass a web interview, it stays on your account for like, I think 6 months. Don't quote me on that. I know it stays for a while before you have to do it again. But I didn't get a phone interview either until 3 weeks later. I finally got the email that said, oh, we're like to schedule a phone interview. The lady on the phone, she was the nicest person ever. And she was even nicer than the other lady, which was crazy. And I completely forgot her name now. I can't even think of it. But she was so funny. We talked about Starbucks. She told me how she hates waiting online for her drink. So like it was just a conversation. It didn't even feel like an interview. And we talked about what I would be most qualified for. And I admitted I would be most qualified for quick service food because that's what I've been doing my whole life. Bakeries, Starbucks. I did work at a theme park once, so that's why I said I would be qualified for character attendant, because I had to say a lot of speeches, and it was a dinosaur park, so I had to introduce like the dinosaurs to come out and stuff. So I put that too, but she acted like, you know, it's not as popular as Starbucks. It was like in my town, so no one really knows about it. So I was like, okay, fine. So then after the interview, I waited about another 2 weeks, I want to say. And then I got the email that says, congratulations. And I was so happy. I was actually at Starbucks, and I worked at a drive-thru Starbucks. And it was me, someone on register, and my supervisor at the time. And I literally got the email and I ran out. I ran out the door and I go to yell at my supervisor. I'm like, I'm taking my 10. And then I went to my car and I just called everyone I knew. And I was like, oh my God, I got into Disney. And everybody was like freaking out. Literally everybody I knew. It was kind of insane. I was like, why am I telling all these people? But so that was it. That was my Disney college application experience. It was really annoying waiting, but you just gotta wait. Even if you don't get it, just keep trying. Like, you probably hear that all the time. You're probably sick of hearing it, like, oh, I gotta keep trying. But keep trying, trust me. Mine, you might be like, oh, you got it the second time, but I've known people that this is their 4th time applying and they finally got it. Or, you know, it just takes time. It depends. You have to What really helped me was you have to think about that you're not the only person applying. Like, there is so many people around the world that's applying, and they can only pick a certain amount of people for the college program because they have limited housing, they have limited jobs with the college people. You could be like the best person, like the nicest person, the person who knows most about Disney, but then somebody else has a little bit more experience than you, and then, you know, so you can't get discouraged. That's one thing. You have to stay determined, people. Stay determined. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm going to leave up here on the screen and in the description box. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers right now so I can get my own URL, and I did a little sign language there, yeah. So thank you so much and have a magical day, everyone.